right, guys, let's get raw and unfiltered.
It's that time again. All right. So today's topic I'm really excited about.
Me too.
It's a good one. It's something that I have struggled with for a very long time. I think that I did not understand the difference between the two of these until probably last year.
Spill it.
And it's hustle and burnout. I think that there is a very fine line between the two that gets crossed so quickly, and before you know it, you're already at burnout. And I think that burnout feels so different for everyone.
Yeah. Because everyone has a different battery life.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it depends on the job, because some jobs you're dealing with people in different ways.
Yeah.
At different volumes.
Absolutely. I think it also matters whether or not you're filling your cup again, right? If you know how to replenish, recharge, and like really feed into like self-care, I think then you can have a longer battery life.
Yeah.
But if you are constantly hustle, blinders on, full throttle, burnout approaches a lot quicker.
Yeah, I could see that. But I also think to myself, how do I fill my own cup? And what I fill my own cup by doing is typically stuff that's energy and effort.
Yeah.
And if it's genuinely a basic self-care thing, like let's say, filling my cup is going to be a facial, skincare routine at night, like something like that. I don't have the energy to do that by the time. But I think it's because I let myself get burnt out.
I was just going to say, Marley.
That's burnout.
I love you, but that's burnout.
Yeah.
So I did not understand burnout until I turned 30, realistically. I'm going to be really raw about it.
We didn't really touch on this last episode, but age, we mentioned age gaps, but we are on very
different life. It's so weird though, because
we're a decade apart.
So
no, we're not.
Oh my God, relax. What the fuck? Holy shit.
To me, I'm thinking 20 and 30s, and that's a decade. 20s
okay,
first
reel it back in, bitch. God damn.
I turned 24 this year. I'm 23. You're 31.
Thank you. My God, that sounds so much better than a decade. My God.
Because I'm thinking like your 20s and your 30s are a decade apart.
Yeah,
like,
so
there's
technically,
so much that goes on.
So we're in different decades. That feels wild. I don't like it. But yeah, realistically, we are in two totally different stages of life. But at the same time, we both have so many similarities. And I also, being a bit older than you, do see so much of like who I was at 23, 24 in you that like just excites me, because I'm like, oh my God, if I could have worked with myself back then, gag, like I would have loved that, But
it's hard finding people my age that have
it's
the
hard
same
finding people
interests.
My age, Marley.
Yeah, that's true too, because they want to be comfortable in the jobs they're in, and they're not looking for what else can I do.
Absolutely. And not only that, I think that bye-bye.
It's okay.
I also think that not everyone wants the same things out of life, right?
Yeah.
Which now at 30, I'm totally okay with, and I don't expect anything other than like what people can give me, right? And I meet people in the same field that they're on. But that's also hard, is finding people that have like the same interests and similarities as you, right? So like on my free time, I want to be doing things like this, right? I don't want to be at a bar. Like honestly, like brunch to me,
count me out. Brunch, I'll do.
I can't.
I'll do brunch.
Like I can do a brunch, but like brunch to me right now, like it at the young age of 31 is like
a breakfast bar at home and mimosas.
Oh my, I don't even want a mimosa.
Oh.
I don't even drink, really.
I don't either, but for brunch I will. And I look forward to it.
I mean, I will say, if I'm drinking, it's going to be a day drink.
Yeah, I just can't.
Like, I want to get it done in one day. Like, rip off the Band-Aid. I want to be drunk, hungover, and sober all in one day.
Yes.
Like, I don't, if it's past 5 o'clock, count me the fuck out.
Yeah,
I'm not
because,
doing it.
I mean, I'll do a happy hour, but I'm not getting drunk.
But a happy hour, how many drinks are you drinking at a happy hour? Yeah. I'm doing one.
No, I'm not drinking one, Chrissy.
Oh, wait till you're 30.
It's a decade to go, please.
I'm gagged. But no, like realistically, it's just hard to find people who have like the same interest, you know?
It is. It really is.
And like this is more fun to me than like being at a brunch. I'm not going to lie. Like this is something that like I think has more value, right? Yes. One Sunday at brunch, like what is that going to bring me? And I'm just at that point in life, you know?
I don't do it often. And when I do
but
it,
it's great
I'm like,
that you do. Like you should, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's not good to do. I'm just at the point in my life where
it's nothing.
If I'm doing something, I want to feel like really good after. Like I want it to be something that's like really filling my cup and just like fueling me.
Yeah.
But with that being said, reel her back in. I didn't realize till I turned 30, like what burnout was.
Yeah.
And it was like a very big like wake up call for me. I was in the midst of like running my salon. Most people have like seasons of busyness. I'm just really blessed where I'm constantly busy and steady.
Yeah.
And around October, September, things just kick it up even more. And I already was having a really heavy year, right? I was already pretty much at burnout without understanding what burnout was. And I was getting home and like couldn't do my skincare routine, right? Couldn't even fathom the idea of on a Sunday just like laying out and like soaking in the sun, right?
I had to fit those two things. Going outside in the sun and taking a shower. That is my lunch break. I don't eat.
Yeah.
I work from home. My lunch break is let me go outside, let me get some sun, feel good about myself, and then go take a shower. Because by the time 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm still working because I work from home. I won't leave until it's done.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
For my corporate job, I'm working based off of people requesting to move in. So if I'm not done, they can't move in. Yeah. And that is not something I want to deal with.
Okay, so let's pause here really quick. What do you do realistically? Like, I need to understand now. What do you do? Because like showering, we're not counting as self-care.
So
like, what do you do to fill your cup? Like, what does Marley do day to day?
Laying out in the sun.
Okay, I love that. That's beautiful. The fact that you actually do that, first of all, that's like clinically proven to like raise serotonin.
Yep.
And like vitamin D is actually needed.
When I don't do it, I'm like crashing out at 5 o'clock. Like, absolutely. I hate my life. What am I doing right now? The day was horrible. I'm in a bad mood until I wake up the next day.
And you've also always wanted a backyard and like a house, and like you have it now. Why wouldn't you? You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so love that. What else do you do?
That's it.
That's not it.
What else do I do? I like cooking every night.
Okay. I think there's a really big misconception, okay, of what self-care is and what like self-love is. If I tell you my self-care, my self-love routine, you're going to laugh because they're all things that you probably already do.
Probably. Right? But to me, I'm thinking self-care is...
It doesn't have to be this big drawn out thing, right? Realistically, one, who has the money to get a facial weekly? I don't. And not even like that, but like I don't want to do that weekly, right? A massage is great. I'll do that like every, once a month. But for my day-to-day, like getting home or even in the morning to like refill my cup or to get myself started, I meditate in the morning.
What do you do with meditating?
So I sit in absolute pure silence, right? Okay. I start with my sage and my palo santo. Okay. I set myself right, because I'm a little hippy dippy witch. And I sit down and my meditation is purely me setting my intention for the day, right? It only is 15 minutes. It's me by myself in my get ready room. And I have no music on, no TV, no anything. And I'm sitting down, just setting my intention in my head, right? Okay. Today, I'm going to have a good day. Today, I'm going to be the best version of myself. Today, I'm going to show up for me and all my clients. What do I want out of my day? Right? Those are my first 15 minutes of the day.
That's
do you
me
do that?
To an extent.
Okay.
Before I'm trying to do this. Sometimes I get to the desk first. I've noticed that sets me off in a bad way.
Yeah.
I make myself coffee in the morning.
That's self-care.
Yeah. And while I'm doing it, because my coffee machine takes a little bit to heat up, I'm unloading the dishwasher or I'm switching over the laundry at the same time because I can't feel good throughout the day when my ADHD mind is running. I have X, Y, and Z that I still need to do. I have everything on my computer screen that I need to do. And now I'm in a bad mood because I'm feeling overwhelmed. So.
See, like to me, that's part of like self-care in your routine, right? Like you're doing that because you love yourself enough to know that if you do that for yourself, you're setting yourself up for success that day, right? That's beautiful. That's part of your routine, right? Your ritual, like what it is that you do to make you feel good. I also like I'm not the best at it, but I try to do like a lemon water in the morning, right?
Okay.
Just to like set my digestion, get my body fueled. And then something I will never sacrifice, and I don't care how late my day is going, I will do my skincare and like my makeup for the day.
See, I think I need to start doing.
So after I experienced burnout, I sat down and I had like a serious conversation with myself. And I was like, okay, I feed into so many people day in and day out, right? And I prioritize the women that sit in my chair leaving feeling amazing about themselves because I know the power that has, right? But if I don't even value myself enough, like how am I going to continue to be able to do that for them? So I literally wrote down like, what are Chrissy's non-negotiables, right? What are things that are going to make me feel good about myself and make me a better version of myself, right? Because not only do I need to show up for my clients, but I'm married. I have a husband that I also have to be like a great version for, right? Because we've been together 11 years, but I want to be together like 11 more and then 11 more after that. So he needs to get the best version of me.
It's a lot of decades.
It's a lot of decades. But he makes me feel young because he's old.
Oh, a decade?
Not a decade. Okay. I wish. No, not that I wish, but it made me feel younger. But so yeah, like doing, and it's not like I do like a full beat down like I have right now, right? I'm doing like beef tallow on my skin, a little bit of coconut oil, mascara, a little bit of like a brow, CC cream, bronzer, blush. And I feel like $1,000,000 just because I took a little bit of time for myself in the morning. And like my whole routine, meditation, water, makeup is 45 minutes on the clock. It's perfect for my life. It's perfect for like how I need my day to run. But then I go to work and I feel great. I also am like the best version of myself. Another non-negotiable is like I will walk out of that house in an outfit that I feel great in. Even if it's leggings and like an oversized tee. I'm dressing it up with jewelry. I'm doing my hair. I'm doing a little something so that when I leave, I feel good. I'm not dressing up for nobody else. But if I feel good, then like I'm good. That's all that matters. And like those little things, I swear, have made the biggest difference in like how I feel when I am going around my busy day.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, because I've noticed it too. I mean, working from home, not having to get dressed and do my makeup is people don't notice the impact of getting ready in the morning, how it sets the tone for your day, for your mood.
And not even like for your day, but like how you feel about yourself, like long term. Because I've had this conversation with clients of mine where like they'll come in and they see my outfit. They're like, oh my God, you're so cute. Like, I wish I could dress like that.
You can.
And I'm like, why don't you? They're like, I work from home. Okay, bet. And I'm like, do you think I come here like this for you? And she's like, yeah, no. I did it for me. Love that you love it.
Yeah.
Like I see that and I appreciate it. Love you, girl. But I do it for me, you know? And it makes the world of a difference.
It really does, because it's like that cheesy saying of like, feel good, look good, do good.
Know, yeah. It's so funny that you say that because I wrote that down like on that list of like non-negotiables because that's like the most like the cheesiest thing you've ever heard, right? Look good, feel good, you know, you're the best version of yourself. I wrote it down and when I wrote it down, I wrote it with the intention of, okay, like maybe this will resonate with me. And then I had to switch my mindset because it felt so cheesy. I was like, okay, I'm just going to do like dress up every day. And then once I like feel good in the outfit, I'm good. And the more I started doing it, I was like, oh shit, whoever said this,
it's
ding,
true.
ding, ding, right on the money.
I used to go to the testing center on campus to take exams. You could not take them from home. And everyone was going in like pajamas. I mean, the testing center was open. I was going at night.
Yeah.
Well, I had taken off of work one day because it was a huge final and I wanted to make sure I had enough time. So I checked into the testing center, but I got dressed that day. It wasn't like dressed up, but
it just felt good.
It was a well put together outfit. I had like a light blue shirt on, cute going out sweatpants, and like light blue dunks. And I was like, cute. This looks put together. This is like a cute college campus. I can go run errands and feel good after.
Yeah.
And I aced the fuck out of that exam. And I was like not expecting it at all. And I remember sending my friend a Snapchat at the time. And I literally said, it's the look good, feel good, do good, whatever motto, because I wasn't anxious. I sat down, I took the exam, and I got the score. And I was just, wow, that worked.
It does something to our brain, right? Yeah. When we are pouring into ourselves or we're taking the time for ourselves, at that point, you're starting a ripple effect, right? Yep. It's like a drop of water, right? Then when you decide how you're going to react to something, right? Let's say someone cut you off on the way to work. If you're feeling good and your mind's good, it's really not going to probably bother you. You're going to be like, okay, whatever. And on your way you go, right? Listen to good music. You're going to have yourself at such a good vibration that like you're riding out, you're chilling. Like anything that comes to you, you're going to feel good.
But tying that back in to the hustle versus burnout is you
being hyper-aware.
You will burn yourself out if you're not pouring into yourself. Or, and this could be both, if you're not working in a job that you truly enjoy. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how much you pour into yourself. It's like...
You can pour into yourself, but at that point, the bucket has holes.
Yeah, because the majority of your time is spent at a place, doing whatever it is that does nothing but stress you out. Maybe you can't stand the work environment, your team. Mm-hmm. I mean, I worked somewhere. I made the best friends there. I loved the leadership. Things changed with leadership. And I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. I now hate showing up for work.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was fine afterwards. I didn't just up and leave. I made sure I had another job before I did that. But I was able to recognize this is not a place where I want to stay. But I was feeling very burnt out more than versus my work and school full time, because my team, the work environment, the company, like everything just felt better and more right for me. Yeah. But yeah, burnout will always happen if you're not doing what you love, no matter how much you feed into yourself.
I also think it's being hyper aware of what burnout feels like, right? So because for me, like I'm in a job that I absolutely love, right? And the burnout that I had was so real that I think I was like blinded by it, right? And unaware of what it actually felt like in my body, right? Or like how it was showing up in my body too, right? So I think that also has like a lot to do with it too, is like understanding like what you feel and what burnout is. Like, do you know what burnout feels like to you?
To me, it's a pounding migraine that like does not go away unless I crash out, pass out, whatever it is. And just feeling no energy, no motivation to do the simplest tasks.
Yeah.
I don't want to put away laundry. I don't want to do the laundry. I don't want to clean the house. I don't want to cook dinner. I don't want to do the simple skincare routines. Okay, guys, we're back on.
We're back. There may be something missing, and we're not going to tell you what it is.
Comment
what's missing in this clip. I'm dead. But no, that's exactly what burnout felt for me too. Like I lost all interest in anything that had to do with like cooking dinner felt like a chore. Eating felt like a chore.
Yeah.
Like getting
yes. It's almost like the symptoms of depression.
Well, I think depression and burnout
are.
I think that okay, this is honestly where I was. Okay, tell me if you feel the same or if you like. I hope you never experience this, or if you have, like, we'll relate. But for me, my burnout got so severe because I was so blind to the fact that I was in burnout that I did go into depression. I was full blown depressed because like once you lose your ability to like want to cook, to like want to get up and shower, to like want to just like have a conversation, you know, all those things end up piling up, or then you're like, okay, like I don't feel good about myself. Like I think that they kind of sit on the same plane. Like it's very easy to go from like hustle, burnout, depression.
Yeah, I think.
And to not understand like when that road is just like. No,
I definitely see it. For me, at the points where I would have hit burnout, I was living with people that didn't let me get past the burnout phase.
Yeah.
So I think that helped me with it a lot.
Yeah.
Because I never felt depressed from the burnout.
I had like a really rough year last year. So like there was no
saving it.
I mean, there was just no way for me not to burn out.
Yeah.
I had to run and save a business, right?
Yeah.
So I had no option. It was burnout or
just last year.
Yeah. Yeah. This was literally, it got to a point where like from July to November, I was blind, right? But I mean, it was either buck the fuck up or buck the fuck up, right? Like there was no option, right? Come hell or high water, I had to do what I had to do. But with that being said, I had so many people telling me that I was on a very slippery, dangerous road with the way that I was working. Yeah. But they also understood that there was no other option, right? My salon depended on me and my career depended on me. So again, no one's going to show up for you the way you're going to show up for yourself. So I had to, right? One of the cons, I would say, of being a business owner or being an entrepreneur, if you own something by yourself, right? Or you eventually end up owning something by yourself, it really just depends on you. There's not, I have a team and I have an incredible team of women that work with me. But at the core of what the foundation is, it depended on me, right?
It's your name on the brand.
It's my name. It's my brand.
Yeah.
So I was hyper aware of the fact that I was on a slippery, dangerous slope, but I had no other option, right? I had to do what I did. And it wasn't until probably like November that I sat down and I was like, whoa, what the frick is happening right now? I like don't want to get up. I don't want to get dressed. And I thought I was like hustling. I was like, I am on the hustling grind. It hits you
like a blackout.
Oh my God. KO. Like straight up knocked out. Yeah. It's 100%.
You do not realize when you're about to burn out.
No.
People around you might be like,
how could they not see it?
Yeah. You'll notice when you're like, I think you're about to have a crash out. I'll notice when you're about to have, but like you yourself owning a business by yourself, maybe it's like you hide from your boss, like the stress and anxiety you have. You're not going to know you're about to literally
There's no one to call
out.
You out.
No.
Truly. Like, unless you're really lucky and you have like a significant other that's like honed in and understands you, which Brett would totally know if you were having a burnout.
Sure.
My husband immediately knew that I was like burning out. But when you're doing it by yourself, like he kept telling me like, you're going to burn out. You're spreading yourself thin. And I was like, shut the fuck up. I am capable of anything. And then I'm in like my room, like,
freaking out. Yeah.
Like literally dying. But it is, I mean, it does feel like hustle, you know? But I think once you are aware of it, it's just making that like conscious decision to be like, okay, how do I get myself out of this?
You have to. Yeah. I feel I don't do it myself, but I truly feel that journaling helps.
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Because
I do that
it
too.
makes you sit down and write your thoughts out and think about what was this week like. Just you think about everything that and you see it on paper. You could recognize it for yourself.
And it's also not even like I'm sitting here romanticizing my life when I journal, right?
Like, that's going to be later on.
Oh, we are jumping into romanticizing. But like I and also like I'm not sitting here like, dear diary.
No.
Today, no. I literally put bullet points like where I feel like I really dropped the ball for the week. Boom, 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 boom. Where I feel like I need to improve. Boom, 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 boom. All of the like insight that I gained from the week, all of the things I'm leaving behind in the week, and all the things I want to step into. Yeah. And that's like what my journaling is.
I feel that nowadays people are spending all this money on journaling, like journals that have prompts.
Yes.
Like you don't need all of that to get what you need out of it.
I'm so happy you said that, because when I was first trying to find, after I experienced burnout, right, I was like really trying to find like ways to like find myself again and like fuel myself and make me feel good. And everyone was like, I mean, journaling right now is like just a hot take, right? Like everyone talks about like journaling and like
it's a trend.
Meditation, like self-care is very much a trend right now, which that needs to be a topic within itself. But I was so intimidated to start journaling because every time I would put like journal or like I'd put like cute women's journal because I wanted like a cute like binding, all of these like do your shadow work and like do your inner like.
Well, not only that, but when people are posting and promoting journaling and the benefits and this is how much it helped me and let me make a cute vlog doing it. I'm sorry, but it's the same thing when I was in class and girls were posting their notes. I'm not going to sit there and write the word with a highlighter and then write it with a pen and script it and make it look pretty. I can't do that.
Picked up my journal, Marley, you would literally, first of all, it's written purely for me and only for me. So like, is it half chicken scratch?
Yeah.
Can you read this?
No.
Like, it's for my eyes and my eyes only. I'm not highlighting that. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But I love that if you want to do that, you do that. Like, feel free, girl.
Amazing.
Like, do it.
Because some people find that like meditating. They're like coloring.
Don't even get me started. Do I have adult coloring books? Yes, I do. But I also did those for myself.
But I feel that when people push out journaling, it's typically the people that blow up with it are the people that make journals look like that.
Yeah,
and it doesn't need to be.
Not at all.
It
shouldn't
feel
a pen and paper.
A bullet list like you said.
And just write. Like when I first started, it wasn't even like really bullet pointing. Like I was just word diarrhea on the freaking paper. And it was whatever was coming to my mind. And then it turned into like, okay, let me journal. Let me put some intention behind this. Just because that's what feels good for me.
Yeah.
You know? But no, I'm so happy you touched on that because I was so intimidated to start journaling. It was something that like to me felt prompts. Like, no.
Yeah, you don't.
Like your journal prompt is here, baby. Like it's everything that you had during the day, whatever, you know, is already in your mind. Just get it out on paper. One of the biggest reasons why I journal is because I can only unload so much on like my husband.
You're mind dumping on a piece of paper.
I can only unload so much on the people around me, right? I'm not trying to drain the freak out of everyone around me. So like, let me put it on the paper. And honestly, I feel so much better afterwards.
Yeah.
So much better. And if there's a day where like last week when I journaled, I'm not going to lie, I've ripped a piece of paper out and I burned it because retrograde was retrograding and she retrograded the fuck out
Honestly,
of me.
anyone all my clients I spoke to on the phone, anyone at work, they were all just like so drained from the week.
It was real big energy shifting last week. For anyone that doesn't know, retrogrades are heavy. It was a very, very heavy one that we went through. The energy was thick. It was like walking through molasses.
And I'm not even that into like retrogrades. And
you don't have to be into it for it to happen.
But I know, but I'm saying like when we were, how the heck is all this happening?
The way Marley
and you said
was reflecting.
I was, this might actually be a thing.
Yeah. When we started talking, you were like, this makes so much sense.
It was a
doozy. It was a doozy. It was a lot of tests last week. But
Chrissy tested me. Unintentionally.
Okay, so that's a really good example of burnout.
Yeah.
It was end of quarter. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we
okay,
have
cool.
some. Yeah.
So it was in a quarter. And I have a serious bad habit of after end of quarter, I do some heavy reflecting, right?
Micromanaging.
I micromanage the fuck out of myself. And I was on a very fine line of burnout. There was a lot going on. A lot of hats I was wearing at the time.
It was just overwhelming.
Yeah. And I started reflecting on my numbers on Instagram.
Mind you, the Instagram itself blew itself out of the park.
Oh my God. The absolutely.
But this is literally what I said to you, because Chrissy was hyper fixated on the numbers.
So focused on the numbers.
Not necessarily the views and the interactions and the engagement. All of that was in the green, going up, looking great. Specifically,
my
followers.
Count. Yeah.
And this
because it teeters. It's such a sensitive thing on my page.
But this is the hustle and the burnout and the mindset with work.
Yeah.
And like go. Yeah. Because I said this to you. And it's like, wow, no one talks about it enough. But the whole number nonsense shit.
It's absolute bullshit.
Numbers nowadays is with everything. It's what's your streak on Snapchat? Oh my gosh, we've been 500 days. Can't let it go. Oh, what's your follower count? What's your like count?
Yeah.
How many views on TikTok? What's your salary? How long are you in the job before
everything is
you
so
get
number
the promotion?
Based.
Everything is number based.
Yeah.
Everything. And I said, like when I said to you, when you get on a scale and you see the weight and it's a number, whether it goes down or it goes up, but
it sits with you.
It sits with you. Yeah. But you can be working out, and a lot of people throw the scales out because they are getting more toned, fit.
Oh my God.
Their numbers not going down though.
Absolutely.
And to them, if they step on the scale and their number's higher, they're not thinking, oh, but that's my muscle mass going up and I'm still getting toned. They can look at the mirror 20 times that day and feel great. The second they get on the scale, now the whole image of themselves changed. My number went up. Crashing out. Why did it go up?
Absolutely.
Which is what you did. Like you
oh my God,
loved your Instagram. The second you looked at the follower count not in the green,
I crashed out. I crashed out. And I think it's also one of those things too, that the industry I'm in, the numbers do matter, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Right? Like for a brand, for me to work with a brand, they're going to look at the fact that I have 6K followers and they're going to scoff. They're going to be like, okay, cool. Why would I work with you when so-and-so has 15K, right? So that's why I was so like honed in on it, because I'm like, after 3 months, I did grow, but in my head, I was like, how have I only grown X amount of followers, right? So I, in my spiral of crash out and like freaking out, start like voice memoing Marley
midway through her conversation with herself.
Oh yeah. Like I was having the conversation with myself and then I'm like, oh my God, let me voice memo Marley. Again, I should have started, hey, take off your business manager hat, put on your friend hat and listen to me crash out. But instead I was like, Marley, this is what I'm feeling. This is what
there's no growth. I don't understand how there's no growth. I don't understand how
but
we put all this
out
stuff
on
out.
Myself.
Yes.
And poor Marley.
I honestly didn't think it was you're not doing your job. I did think it, but it was in the back of my head and I was like, I'm just having a really shitty week. I'm just being hard on myself. Yeah. I know that this is not how this is going. I know this is not what she's saying. But Chrissy was sending voice memos and I was in the car with my boyfriend.
No.
Who doesn't overthink that much. But he turned to me and he said, is she saying you don't do your job? And I was now validated.
Wait, pause. Because the one thing about Marley and I is when Marley and I are talking, I am getting back and forth texts. Like we are like boom, 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 boom. And the only time she doesn't answer me is she's editing a video or editing something that she sent me that like we didn't love, right? Like about 4 minutes go by. I'm cooking dinner, right? I look at my husband and I go, fuck. He's like, well, I go, Marley thinks that I'm talking about her. And it's like that I'm crashing out about her work, not me. And he was like, no way. I'm like, I'm telling you, she did not answer me. That bitch is spiraling right now.
I was Google searching. I was chat GPTing. I was watching YouTube videos. Because she was like, I don't understand, how are the followers going down? What's causing the trend? I'm looking back at this post was put out this day that she had this many.
And that's the best part too, is that I had already, I wasn't like crashing out for no reason. 2 days before I crashed out, I was doing my own like research. I had gone through all of my posts, all of my numbers, everything. So by the time like Marley goes and looks, she's sending me all of these numbers and I'm like, nope, I already checked it. Nope, that's not it. So then she doesn't answer me and I'm like, oh shit. So I immediately am like, hey girl, you know I'm talking about me, right? Like not you. Like this is like a full crash out on me moment. Like you're amazing. This has nothing to do with you. Like we're on the same page, right? I get a voice memo back. Thank God you said something.
I was really like, oh my gosh, she is turning into the most difficult fucking client ever. Because I was like, because your voice memo.
Podcast canceled. I never want to see you again.
Well, honestly, my thought was like all these things. What's going to happen to them? Because your message was like, but why? Why are the followers dropping? And I'm thinking, how the fuck do I know why they're unfollowing you? Like,
and I'm over here just like, Marley, like, what the hell? Like, this is where my mind's
like, I know
at.
we're missing something. I know we're missing. What is causing it? And I'm like, how am I supposed to figure out why they unfollowed you? Like, how am I supposed to know that? And I was literally looking up anything I could online to be like, what causes this? What could the most trend be? The most common thing? Like what? And all of the stuff was coming up, that stuff I knew, like working in it already. And I'm like, what am I missing? Like, what is going on?
That was like a full blown, like overthinking burnout moment.
Yeah. I wasn't not answering because I was going to like rip her head off. I was not answering because I was genuinely trying to figure out what is going on. Like,
no, I thought you weren't
missing?
answering because I'm like, oh my God, I just put Marley in a spiral. Like Marley is going to be sitting in her room. Like what the
I was questioning everything. I was like, maybe this is just not the job for me. Like, maybe I'm not cut out for this at this point.
No. And then I went on like a full blown apology tour. I was like, oh my God, this is not you. This is me. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you stop looking at your numbers, you psycho bitch?
But numbers will cause burnout. Numbers
oh my God, absolutely.
Always make you feel like there's more to it, that you're not hitting your goals. And I just feel like there's a bigger picture with everything.
I also think that when you're in the thick of hustling, right? And in the thick of your grind, you set an expectation for yourself, right? Not aware of how high that bar is, right?
Your follower count goal is high. And when it started growing, we were like, oh, we're going to be at 7,000 by next month.
Yeah.
Because it was growing that fast.
Yeah. But I also think
now you're getting such organic followers though.
Yeah, but I don't even want to say it, but you've noticed, have you seen it? Do you see where I'm at?
The second we started talking it into existence,
yeah. No,
it was
but
happening.
Like, yes, you're right. We need to talk into existence. You're right. But that's what it is that was like, that's a perfect example. Like that story is a perfect example of how quickly my hustle and grind turned into a full blown burnout, crash out, spiraling moment.
Over a number. And also over an expectation that I put on myself that was so outlandish. Like my worth and my ability of who I am as a stylist, of who I am as a creator, of who I am as a business owner is not in the number at all. But the value I was putting into it was like astronomical, right? Which also goes out if you are starting your own business. It is not bad on you or the business or the quality of work if you drop your prices to get someone hiring you at first.
I'm so happy. I'm dropping my cards for this. I am so happy that you said that because in my industry, this is something that like is it's such a hot topic and it's such a hot trend of where you draw the line and where you lose your value, right? I have an incredible clientele. You have an amazing group of people and small businesses that you have now under like your belt. I did not get to where I am now in my career being 3-4 months booked out without taking a free head here and there, right? If there was something I wanted to do and I knew that head of hair sitting in front of me would have been a great canvas. Hey, I'm Chrissy. Nice to meet you. I will do your color $100 off. Mm-hmm. And there's another artist in my industry that she talks about it so openly, but people like, they like freak out over that. They like freak out over the fact that like I'm willing.
Yeah.
Or I was willing to do that to start off, which I don't think there's like, I am not above that.
No.
I am not above showing people what my value is, how good I am at what I do. Because I'll tell you right now, like whatever content or whatever I get out of that person, I bet you dollars to donuts, that's going to turn into revenue.
Yeah.
Like that, I have never have had someone that has come in as a model that I've used as a model that hasn't turned into 3 times the amount I would have made off that head.
And I would have never gotten the clients to start with me with barely anything to show for, no portfolio except for I've done X, Y, and Z and other jobs of mine, and I have this degree from college, unless I drop my prices dramatically compared to other people that were doing it. Because why pick me over them?
Right? You have to show them like who you are and what it is that you have. Do I think that there's probably a million other ways that like people can do it too? Abso-freaking-lutely. But did that work for me?
The quickest.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like was I, and like I had my baseline of prices, right? Of like what everyone was paying to see me. But if I had like a slow day and I had no one there, I'm not joking, I would hit up an influencer on Instagram, a girl that I thought was like perfect for my feed. And I'd be like, hey, would love to have you in as a model, free service. All you have to do is sit in front of a camera all day.
Yep.
They eat it up.
Yeah.
And I ate it up too. And I had a wait list afterwards from that one piece of content. So I love that you said that. Like there's no right or wrong way, I think, to start a business or to take a chance on yourself. But doing that.
But it's numbers, and people immediately are
freak out,
like hyper fixated on the numbers, and the numbers are literally just a print on paper. Like it has nothing to do with your work.
And it's such a fine line because the numbers do matter in some cases of growth, right?
Of growth, they matter when you're looking at like expenses and revenue and business and all. Yeah, I mean they have like obviously high valued factor, but as the quality of work and the quality of your Instagram page.
Okay, so someone who
they're
like
not make it or break it
does business management, business growth, right? What piece of advice could you give someone that's going to be starting their business or that is in the infancy of their business, right? What numbers do you think are really important to concentrate on, and what numbers do you kind of turn a blind eye to for like maybe like the first quarter? Right? Or like for a certain amount of time.
I would say be flexible with pricing. Do not hyperfixate on it. Definitely find like the lowest you would go for whatever
for whatever
it is.
You feel like your value is too, right? Because if you feel like your lowest, let's say, is $100, okay, cool. Like whatever your value is, right?
Base it on expenses. Have that number in mind. And like numbers for goals. I'm gonna go to 4 networking events. I'm going to find 5 people to like get in contact with. I want to get 3 referrals from this person and I want to send them 5 referrals. Like numbers like that where you're like pouring into something else and also gaining from that as well. But numbers that's just what's coming to me from me being here, follower count, like no. Yeah. I don't think those are numbers to focus on. Yeah. And also, like, yes, there's a minimum for, like, how much money you would want to charge. But I would never set, like, this is my goal for how much I want to make this month. Because
No. Yeah, especially not in the infancy of starting your business. I mean, like, the first couple of months that I went out on my own, I mean, I wasn't even paying myself. Like, it was one of those things where, could I have afforded to pay myself? Absolutely. 100%. But feeding my business and making sure that everything else was taken care of was far more important than like me paying myself, right? Yeah. Like I think you're right. Like that number doesn't have to be something that you like hyper focus on, you know, or like fixate on.
Well, guys, moral of the story.
Yeah.
Numbers are nonsense to an extent. And recognize before you crash out and burn out.
Yeah.
And like find the people and like ask them like, I'm going to be doing X, Y, and Z. I feel like, you know, I may crash out. Please call me out on it.
Oh, yeah. Having like your support system.
Yeah. But
And,
also
like,
find stuff that you love doing and figure out how you can you want to work doing something that you love.
Oh, absolutely.
So even if it's a side gig, whatever it is, take the chance on. I would have never started my own business if I didn't have my corporate job, because I have that stable and it made me confident and comfortable to start something. Because if it didn't work, whatever, it didn't work. And not having that much pressure on me to make sure it needed to work also helped it grow to the extent that it did, because I wasn't heavily relying on it. It was something that I was having fun with. So I think like definitely finding that and
absolutely,
and not being so hard on yourself and on your business.
And if you like don't know if you're in burnout, or you're like teetering between like, am I in hustle or am I in burnout?
You're probably in burnout.
Yeah. And like write that list. Like write that list down of the things that like, sit down and be like, okay, what are things that would make me feel good? What are things that I feel like I'm missing in my day-to-day routine that would simply be filling my cup up again?
Yeah.
And then start implementing those things. And like little by little, you'll probably feel like, okay, I can breathe again. And you're leaving burnout without even having to do like crazy things. But it's something I think everyone should be hyper aware of. And like, at least conscious of like, okay, this is what burnout feels like in my body.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope you guys loved this episode. It was one that we were really excited about. So
I think next week is Girls Girl. What is being a girl's girl?
Oh, that's a good one.
But honestly, the guys out there, you may also need to listen in. So
that's going to be a good one.
Yeah. That's
100%.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Love ya.